Guys, let's move on to just in general. And there have been so many moves, obviously. And AJ, we'll go right back to you. Do you have a favorite that you've had so far this offseason?
I mean, I like everything. I know it's kind of a punt here, but I like everything that Seattle has done. I think they brought in a really good group of guys. It's maybe not as flashy as some of the moves that we saw Vegas pull off, and Seattle was working with a bit more of a handicap when you consider the fact that everybody felt like they got burned by these side deals, these, trade consideration deals from Vegas, and weren't willing to do so. So I really think Seattle made a good work with what they had available. I like the opportunity for Chris Driedger to be a number one guy in this league. I think they've got a solid netminder in him. And it sounds like they're getting pretty close to bringing in Jaden Schwartz, rather, which would be a good upgrade for them as well.
Jeff, what do you think? Favorite move?
I mean, I love what the Kraken did on defense and in net as well. I agree there. My favorite move, though, is going to be another goalie, Alex Nedeljkovic, to the Detroit Red Wings. Again, this is a player who kind of carried things for the Carolina Hurricanes at point last year. He's a young goalie, and now he goes to the Red Wings, to an insanely young team. And I think it's perfect move for Detroit. You get a young goalie for relatively cheap. Now you can grow with the team. I think for fantasy purposes too, I love this because he should see a ton of shots on goal. And like Marc-Andre Fleury, probably going to be a very good fantasy option. So I like the Nedeljkovic move by the Red Wings.
Paul, what stood out to you?
I've got a couple of favorites in the recent flurry of trades, guys. My favorite move, though, is that Florida adding Sam Reinhart, a 25-goal scorer in Buffalo last year in that mess. He'll move to Alex Barkov's right wing and should easily top the 45-point total from last season and could even threaten his career high of 65 points set 3 seasons ago. But I'd be remiss if I didn't get a shot across AJ's bow without mentioning the Flyers' moves to bolster their blue line with the addition of a pair of veteran blue liners. First, they add 30-year-old Ryan Ellis, and AJ knows how much I like this guy for years. He's a very productive and quality two-way player who will log tons of ice time and be a key power play role for them. They also add Rasmus Ristolainen, 27 years old. This guy's a giant, 6'4", 225, and also has great offensive skills, though is a bit suspect defensively. He'll be insulated in that way in his new surroundings. I think that'll lend an uptick to his profile as well. He's been a rumored trade chip for Buffalo for a long time, but should be more comfortable next season. And he's playing for a new contract, guys. He's on a $5.4 million cap hit, and he'll have every incentive to play to his top levels to maintain that level of living for him and his family.